Question 1. A survey was undertaken to ask individuals about their diet and also about the extent to which they use public transport. The participants were asked whether they were vegetarian or not and whether they use public transport regularly, occasionally or rarely. The results were compiled in a table. So we have the options of vegetarian or not, and across the top the levels of use, the extent to which they use public transport, with some totals in place here and here. We can see the 200 is the overall number of people surveyed. A, complete the missing values. So there is various orders in which this can be done. Along the bottom we have these three subtotals would give 200, so doing a subtraction, that would have to be 40. Then looking at the subtotals on the right, in order to have an overall total of 200, we would need 40. In the column for rarely, to get a total of 40 or a subtotal of 40, that means 30 with 10. Looking at the column for regularly, we would need to have 40. And then horizontally, the rows, 20, we would need 10 to get to our subtotal of 40. And going maybe down for occasionally, that column, we are missing 90. Part B. It says at the top here, this is a no calculator question. So we need to answer the following questions as fractions, no calculator, and simplify as far as possible. B. A random person is selected from the survey. Calculate the probability that the individual used public transport rarely. So it's out of 200 and we're thinking about the rarely column. So out of 200, how many people used it rarely? 40. So this we have to simplify. So what we could do is cancel the zeros. 4 out of 20, dividing the top by 10 and the bottom by 10. And 5 fours are 20. So this is the same as a fifth, 1/5. B2, a random person from the whole survey. So out of 200, we are specifically looking for not a vegetarian, used public transport occasionally. So occasionally and not a vegetarian, that is the 90. So it's 90 out of 200. We could divide the top and bottom by 10. We have 9 out of 20. And there is no common factor. We can't go any further. 3. Did not use public transport regularly out of 200 again. Not regularly leaves this and this, all of those people, just not the 60. So 140 over 200, divide by 10, top and bottom, we get 14 over 20. All we can do is halve the top and the bottom, 7 out of 10. Part C. Given that an individual uses public transport regularly, so the fact is it's got to be regular use. So none of those others, only the regular use. So it's conditional probability. We're down to only 60 people we're looking at. And what's the second half of the question was calculate the probability they are vegetarian. So in this column for regularly, it's that 20 people who are vegetarian, 20 out of 60. Simplifying the fraction, we have 2 out of 6, which is 1/3. Okay.